today's video I want to talk about why it's crucial to understand why you or someone else cannot help other people all the time, and especially why you shouldn't. Now, if you or someone else decides to help other people on more than one occasion, you need to keep one thing in mind, that you are your most important person in the universe, no one else. If you are strong on the inside and the outside, that I've talked about many times in my videos, you are able to provide a different perspective to people. You are able to provide certain resources that people, for example, do not have. In the end, though, you need to understand that people only are able to help themselves. Regardless how much effort you put into a person, in the end, they might not change. They need to change themselves. They need to have that aha moment, that click moment. Otherwise, they will just listen to your opinions in 1 year in, the other out. And you're wasting your time ultimately in the end. You also need to keep in mind, do you have someone yourself that is helping you in the same extent that you do to other people? Do you have someone that you can rely on? Is there someone else that is pushing in the same extent that you do? And if you don't, you eventually should start to think again and spend your time elsewhere on more important topics, because there might be a dynamic that someone else is not appreciating what you're doing over time, and you not realizing that you are wasting your time and you're taking advantage of, as I've mentioned in a few other videos that eventually you might have seen so far. It is very hard for people who are on the inside, on their inner core, a good person, they want to help. They have gone eventually through shit themselves. They've overcome it, and they want to prevent certain bad experiences to happen to other people, which is understandable. You don't want to see loved ones, friends, or even strangers. You don't want to see them suffering, because you know how it's going to impact them on the mind, on the energetic level, and on the physical level as well. Because that is how actually a disease and illness is manifesting itself. The body and the mind are in disharmony. And over the course of a certain time, the disharmony becomes a disease. You need to understand that most people on this planet are unfortunately not wise. They have accumulated information over a period of time through basic trial and error, which is called life experience. It is able to help a person greatly in certain scenarios, but yet again, they are not wise. If they were, they wouldn't have been in the first place in that troublesome scenario. Wisdom, on the other hand, beats time and space that I've mentioned a few times in my videos. You, for example, having information that you in this physical world are actually under normal circumstances. You're not able to get them. There is no way, yet you feel in your heart something is wrong. Eventually, if your third eye is open, you see images that are happening in your mind. They haven't been played out in the physical world. They might do, for example, in 7 years of time. From now on, 7 years ahead. Yet you already feel something is wrong. You shouldn't trust a certain person. You should avoid a certain location. You shouldn't be doing a business with someone, even though the deal might be very appealing. Something is telling you not to go in a certain direction. And if you are someone who has done the inner work and you know you can trust your inner voice, you will not do it. You have a great advantage over other people. Normal people who do not have a gut feeling. They might say, I'm trusting my gut, yet they do still go for the wrong direction. They take wrong action in their entire life. But they say, oh, I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust my voice. I'm going to trust my gut feeling. Those are just words throwing around, coming out of their mouth without any understanding. Like I said in the video, the internet got it wrong about meditation. What is meditation? Everyone is using the word meditation in their way. Meditation is painting a picture. Meditation is going for a walk. Meditation is... I've explained it in the video. If you're interested, you can watch it. That's not a problem. Someone at the age of 14, they might be more wise than someone who is 85 and hasn't even seen through a single illusion in this world. They call themselves on life experience, while someone else who's 14, wise, eventually an old soul, is going a complete different way, a complete different path, is avoiding most of the drama, nonsense, and bullshittery the world has to offer. The people have to offer to them. They just feel something is wrong and they skip the experience because they know they won't benefit from it. People can only experience a certain amount of information to a certain time because they have, for example, not done the inner work. They might not understand the way you are trying to help them. To them, to the masses, the way you're acting, the way you are responding, the way you offer any kind of help, even though it is actually very beneficial, they cannot comprehend it. They are unable to process certain information. They simply cannot understand you. And they might look at you like you are a moron, you're stupid, you are crazy. They might become hostile towards you. Even though you just wanted to help them, you wanted to give them a better perspective. You want to have them avoid a very negative outcome because you care about that person. Yet again, eventually they need to make that experience. As damaging and killing it might be for you on the inside in your heart because you care for that person so much. They might be simply too dumb to understand you. It depends, once again, if they have done any inner work, if they have done any soul searching, if they have done any inner healing, if they have tried even to heal their so-called childhood traumas, you know? If they've done any meditation, if they even understand spirituality in any shape or form. Because that's, again, for most people, a word that's just thrown around. Just like on the internet. Certain videos, the most bizarre thing, the most brutal stuff, the most important, the most and most and most, that these words are just thrown around. And people over time get so used to them that in order, for example, on the internet to gain more and more views in a very quick time, without even doing any clickbait, the people need to do extraordinary things. They need to do crazy things. They need to go crazy lengths of idiocy, for example, in certain ways, to gain any attention. Because they cover their videos all the time, the most bizarre, the most crazy, the most brutal, and I don't know, any other words that right now do not come to my mind. What I want to say is, people only appreciate help if they are at a certain level of understanding, of frequency in their lifetime. If they don't, they will simply dismiss your help. They don't want your help. They might actually get hostile once again to you because they can't understand why are you able to help them and they cannot help themselves. There must be a reason why you are able to help other people and they can't. They are consumed by problems, by drama, nonsense, and bullshittery. How is it possible that you are stronger than them? How is that possible? You know, they might have a victim mindset. They might be wishy-washy. They might be whining all the time, complaining all the time. They actually don't want any help because misery loves company after all. There is a lot to gossip in negative frequencies, in negative environments of people who come together to bash against other people behind other people's back. Instead of using that time to solve their own problems, to use, for example, the phone and look something up on the internet, to go for a walk, to do meditation, to read a book, to, I don't know, start to drink more water on a regular, and any other means that would actually greatly benefit them. Yet they decide not to want the help. They decide to come together in groups, to gossip, to talk trash, to waste their time. Hence, I'm so many times actually saying Stay away from weak people who do not want to help themselves overcome certain scenarios in their lives. Because they bring the nonsense, the drama, and the bullshittery into your life. And if you do not have a great foundation, strong boundaries, that stuff is going to consume you over time. And you might not even understand what's going on with you. You just wanted to help them. You just basically wanted to give them a helping hand, you know? I'm getting you up. Come on. But getting up, getting in higher frequencies means you need to look on the inside. And that is very painful for a lot of people. Hence, they are not evolving over years and actually decades. Because it's a painful truth to realize that they are actually the cause, the root of all trouble, nonsense, and bullshittery. It's painful. You are able to help yourself. You have overcome certain scenarios. Why are you able to help them? They might see you in their viewpoint. You had no bad intentions. You just wanted to give a different perspective. You wanted to prevent them from getting into harm, getting into stressful situations with other people. And yet again, they see you in their mind as superior. And that is somehow damaging to their own ego. They see you as hostile. So their own ego is in the way of actually greatly appreciating the help. Because in their environment, no one else eventually might help them. Suddenly, somehow you are able to help them. So that gets a lot of people questioning, and mostly in the wrong way. Because they think you are a superior. Because you have something inside you that you were able to help them. Why are you not in trouble? Why are you not actually consumed by all these problems? Because you eventually have done the inner work. You have done meditation. You have searched for answers inside of your own world. You got different perspective by doing that stuff. That stuff that eventually took 3 years, 10 years even. Yet it seems so simple that you're able to help, that I'm able to help, that anyone else is able to help. For us, it's effortless because we have gone through a lot of trouble ourselves. So we want other people to be prevented by the nonsense. And eventually some people need to make these troublesome scenarios a reality in their life. Because they're, again, too dumb and not wise enough to even understand your words, to even understand your help. The resources you might share might be different scenarios, you know. You can't help everyone because you need a lot of money. There's a lot of homeless people, for example. That means you would have to build a lot of houses, so you need to be at least a millionaire or something like that. And even then, it's very money consuming. There might be other scenarios. They are very time consuming. They are emotionally consuming. They are, in some way, the local, the environment itself might be troublesome. That you are unable to help people because of certain laws, for example, in a state, in a different country. The people, you know, certain states, certain cities have certain groups of people. There is thieves, there is thugs, there is murdering morons, there is mafia idiots, people in low frequency, deceptive, mean people, gossip people. Oh, who likes to gossip, you know, who like to gossip all the time. They don't want your help. That's also the problem. And for some people who are on the inside, on their core energy, they are good people, you know, not nice people, they are good people. That might kill them on the inside because they care either for the family, for friends, significant other, or for humanity as a whole. They simply care. And it kills them on the inside, which is actually very sad. Because once again, these people have gone through a lot of trouble. They have understood that in order to help themselves, in order to overcome a scenario, in order to change their reality, which is all the time, you can all the time change your reality. The problem is adults have at one point a fixed mindset. They accept reality usually at the age of 16, 17, 18. And that is very bad. Energy-wise, you also shouldn't help everyone because, once again, helping people takes a lot of time, takes resources. You might be energetically drained. You might start to neglect yourself. Instead of caring for yourself, spending time on yourself, either to simply relax, to simply heal, to whatever it is actually. Some people, they want to help. They want not just help on one occasion, they want to all the time help. Because there's a great pain in their heart. They don't want to see people suffer. And over time, they probably and most likely will get taken advantage of. And they don't even realize it. They won't realize it. For months, for years even. You simply need to realize that if you try to help everyone all the time, even the people who do not want your help, you start to diminish your light. Because in their viewpoint, they might see you as stupid, as someone that they can take advantage of because they know you're all the time there. You won't leave them. You won't abandon them. You won't, I don't know what they have in their mind, but they simply think, hey, this person is all the time helping. They actually should realize that I do not want to help. I throw them basically all the time away, yet they're still wanting to help. The helping person, you might be that helping person if I'm talking to someone who, for example, is in that scenario. You need to realize that they don't want your help. They don't care. They don't even respect you. In their mind, something is wrong with you. Even though they themselves know they are consumed by trouble, by problems, whatever. They don't understand why you help them, why you want to help them all the time. They can't comprehend. And you should avoid someone like that. Let them make the bad experiences that they have to do because they're too dumb, too stupid, not wise enough to understand your help. They don't appreciate your presence, the time and effort you put into someone. Let them make the bad experience. You're wasting your time. And you probably know it yourself. Otherwise, they would have taken your advice and worked on it, and you would have actually seen a change in half a year or quicker. Yet you don't see any change, even 2 years later, for example. So keep that in mind. You have to understand when it comes to reality, and most people not being wise and doing stupid decisions, the idiot will never understand or know that they are the idiot until they have changed. Hence you have these videos, for example, about older people and the interviews that they had, what did you regret in your life? And mostly it is that they haven't taken the opportunity to change, that they haven't taken the risk to follow their heart, to follow their dreams, that they have done what the parents wanted, that they have done what, I don't know, some society expected them to do, that they have done something against their inner voice. Now that they're old, their body's fragile, they start to regret. Too dumb to realize it, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Too dumb, too stupid, not wise enough. Not having taken any time to change the friend circle, to change their daily routine, which is actually a product of their habits. Their habits control them, and they don't even realize it. Hence, I've made a great video about why most people actually do not want to be free. And a great part of that is actually being on autopilot, living an unconscious life. Not even realizing it until either a certain scenario happens, accident, someone dies, or they don't even realize it and they are suddenly dead because they're too old. Don't water a dead flower, basically. Work on yourself. Once you realize someone is not appreciating your help, stop, leave, go away. I, for example, only help people once or twice. If I see they don't want my help, I'm out. It's a waste of time. If I see that someone really needs help and I see that they put effort and they still somehow struggle, that happened once or twice, then I might stick longer because I see that someone is putting effort into themselves. They want to change daily routines, they want to change their thinking, they want to change the environment, yet they still struggle. I might then stand a little bit longer next to them and actually provide help, a different perspective, information, different resources, because I see there is great effort put into overcoming a scenario, overcoming a certain situation. And if I do not see that, I'm out. I don't waste my time. I rather read a book and let the other person suffer, because they eventually need to make that very suffering experience. Because once again, and yes, it's always once again, they don't appreciate you. They are not able to understand your help. They're too dumb. They're too stupid. They're not wise enough. And they need to make the experience. They need to suffer. Because they think, oh, eventually the information you provide is nonsense. The grass is greener. Oh, maybe I need just spend time with another idiot. Situation might solve itself. No, it won't. Hence, don't waste your time on people who do not want to be helped. There's people who simply don't want to be saved. You give a lot of information. There's other people on the internet that give great information about money, great information about saving money, investing money, great information about sport, what to eat, what not to eat, great information about how to spend time, read books, do meditation, play computer games. Go outside for a walk, 1 hour. People don't do it. People won't do it until certain things happen. And it's mostly related to health. Don't waste your time. Spend your time strategically on improving yourself, fixing yourself, healing yourself from the drama and problems of, for example, your childhood. How many people haven't healed from that? Moronic idiots in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, drug addicts, alcoholics, smoking morons, until they get a heart attack. All from childhood trauma. Why are they not able to heal that? They're too weak, too dumb, and they don't want to put any effort in, because putting in effort means you take responsibility of your life. That means you realize who you are and that you eventually have wasted a lot of time. That's painful. That's painful to accept. To have wasted so much potential, to have wasted resources, Don't waste your time on moronic morons. If you see that they put in the effort, yes, you can help. If they don't, stay away. Don't water that flower. Let them make the experience they need to make. Maybe then they have that click moment and are going to appreciate you for your presence, your time, your effort, your resources, and whatever else that you have tried to do with certain individuals. But again, don't waste your time. Have the courage to be yourself.